In a small town surrounded by green fields and quiet hills, there lived a young man named Jack. Jack had big dreams. He wanted to become a skilled carpenter, known for creating beautiful, handcrafted furniture. But there was one problem. Jack was impatient. He wanted to be great, but he didn't like the idea of working long and hard to get there. He often looked at the master carpenters in town and thought, I want to be like them, but I don't have time to waste. One day, Jack visited Mr. Thompson, the most respected carpenter in the village. Mr. Thompson's workshop was filled with intricate tables, chairs, and cabinets, each piece a work of art. Jack admired the craftsmanship and said, Mr. Thompson, how can I become as skilled as you? What's your secret? Mr. Thompson smiled and said, There's no secret, Jack. Just hard work, patience, and the willingness to embrace the grind. Every masterpiece you see here started with a lot of mistakes, sweat, and time. Jack frowned. He didn't like the sound of that. Isn't there a quicker way? He asked. Mr. Thompson shook his head. There are no shortcuts to greatness, Jack. If you want to be a master, you have to love the process, even when it's tough. Jack left the workshop feeling discouraged. He wanted to be great, but the thought of years of hard work was daunting. For a while, he tried to take shortcuts, rushing through projects, skipping important steps, and avoiding difficult tasks. But the furniture he made was always flawed. Tables that wobbled, chairs that creaked, and cabinets that didn't fit together properly. Customers complained, and Jack grew frustrated. Why isn't this working? He thought. One evening, as Jack sat alone in his workshop, staring at a crooked table he had just finished, he remembered Mr. Thompson's words. You have to love the process, even when it's tough. Jack realized that he had been so focused on the end result that he hadn't paid attention to the journey. He was chasing success without embracing the grind that led to it. The next day, Jack made a decision. He would start over, this time with a different mindset. He would take his time, focus on each step, and learn to enjoy the process, no matter how long it took. At first, it was difficult. Jack wasn't used to slowing down, but as he worked, something surprising happened. He began to notice the beauty in the small details, the smoothness of the wood, the precision of each cut, the satisfaction of fitting pieces together perfectly. He started to find joy in the grind, even when it was challenging, and with each project, his skills improved. The furniture he created became sturdier, more beautiful, and more refined. Months passed, and Jack's reputation grew. People began to notice the quality of his work, and soon, he had more customers than he could handle. But what mattered most to Jack wasn't the success itself. It was the pride he felt in the work he had done, the skills he had honed, and the lessons he had learned. One day, Jack returned to Mr. Thompson's workshop. He brought with him a finely crafted chair, one of his best pieces. I wanted to thank you, Jack said. You were right, there are no shortcuts. I had to embrace the grind to get here. Mr. Thompson smiled as he examined the chair. You've done well, Jack. Remember, the grind isn't just about hard work. It's about growth, patience, and persistence. Those who learn to embrace it find not just success, but fulfillment. As Jack left the workshop, he felt a deep sense of satisfaction. He had learned that success wasn't just about reaching a goal. It was about the journey, the effort, and the perseverance along the way. Embracing the grind had transformed not only his work, but also his attitude. He had become a master, not because he was perfect, but because he had learned to value the process.